shared. So we should all be able to see what we'll be talking about today. Marissa wrote up this email and had a last minute emergency. So I will be doing the call today on sleep, which I am very excited about. This is something that I am very passionate about, even more so than fitness and nutrition, because it really is like the foundation for health and wellness and performance and aesthetics and all of it, in my opinion. And I think science backs me up on this. Sleep is number one. And really, if like you're not getting adequate sleep, everything is going to be harder. So this is something that is very important to talk about. And especially with our habits challenge, this is something that is going to be a huge predictor for feeling our best. And that's what we're really focused on right now in this chaotic season of summer. Our team was just talking about all the things going on with school starting and camps and sports, and we're just in a busy season. And so really prioritizing and like protecting your sleep is very crucial. We were just talking about our kids' sleep and how important that is also. So your whole family will benefit if you prioritize your own sleep. And a lot of times I think just having more education can help you feel more empowered too, and having some tools. And so we did send out on the coaches corner, if you scroll down, you'll see the sleep hygiene checklist for those doing our summer cohort, choosing 3 habits from the checklist, because I think we all struggle with different things when it comes to optimizing our sleep hygiene. Choose 3 habits, and those are what you're going to commit to for this week. So we also have a PDF sleep hygiene checklist. You can download it as a tracker too. So that for you to kind of take away from the call, be sure to look at that. And if you have any questions and like can't download it, let me know. I also shared it in the challenge group for those doing the challenge. So the science, what sleep really does for fat loss, metabolic recovery. When you sleep, your body repairs muscle, balances hormones, and also restores energy. All are very essential for a healthy metabolism. Without enough quality sleep, our body has a much harder time burning fat. It's not going to be as efficient. And then also a really big one, especially if in a calorie deficit, this one is huge, hunger hormone balance. So sleep deprivation is going to increase ghrelin, your hunger hormone, and decrease leptin, your fullness signal. That combination makes it way harder to say no to cravings and stay on track with meals. I know for me, if I'm in a calorie deficit and I'm low on sleep, it is 10 times harder. Because ghrelin is up, leptin is down, but also when I'm really tired, I just want like fuel. I want energy. And so I go to food for energy. And I'm usually really wanting to go to fast fuel for energy. So that's going to be less caloric, or sorry, less nutrient dense, more calorically dense options that are fast. I don't really want to make food either because I'm tired. So I want just easy grab options. And that doesn't usually serve me really well in a calorie deficit because my volume of food is going to be lower. And then also my nutrients are going to usually be lower. So when we're sleep deprived, we're usually cranky and tired, and we don't want to take time to make nutritious meals for ourselves. At least I don't. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. Mental motivation and focus, which is what I just talked about. When you're tired, it's a lot easier to skip workouts, grab quick convenience foods, and lose sight of your goals. Sleep helps you stay sharp and disciplined. I know when I get even like an example for me, a couple times a week, I'll get up in the 5 o'clock hour, and if I don't like really prioritize going to bed a little bit earlier the night before, I just feel like that entire day, even though I'm getting up early for a workout, um, sorry, one moment. Okay, sorry about that. I have kids at home and they're being pretty loud in the background over here. So when when I get up early, even to do a workout, I notice that my day sometimes just does not go as well in terms of nutrition and motivation. And so sometimes getting up early to get that workout in can backfire on you later in the day, and you're better off to just get more sleep and maybe adjust your workout time if you're not able to go to bed at a time that serves you in terms of like getting that 7 to 9 hours of sleep. And also that 7 to 9 hours is a range. The more you are harder you're training, the more training volume you have, the more stress and mental load you have, you'll probably need to be on the upper end of that, which I know can be a big challenge for a lot of us. And so that's something that planning can be a help there, but also maybe adjusting workout times. Like maybe you working out at 4 a.m. is not serving you, because that means you're losing sleep that's really critical for you feeling your best. So auditing that, and deciding like what is going to be best for you is what I would recommend for optimal circadian rhythm, which is going to really benefit you in every area of your life. So, how to build better sleep without overhauling your life. Just kind of like some practical tips here. Keep a consistent sleep and wake time. So, even on the weekends, if you can keep your sleep wake time consistent, this is going to benefit you because it allows your body to have like a rhythm throughout each day that's consistent. And the more consistent that we are with that circadian rhythm, it's going to make falling asleep a lot easier. It's going to make waking up a lot easier. And I would say this is kind of like the biggest thing we can do to optimize our circadian rhythm. And then creating a wind down routine. So reading, stretch, journal, deep breathing. I love to, this is a really good time to do a gratitude journal if that's something that you have wanted to have as part of your day. Of a type of gratitude journal that I really like that's simple and quick is doing 3 things that were charges for you that day and 3 things that were drains for you that day. So what are 3 things that charged your battery and filled your cup? And they can be simple, like a phone call with a family member, or that 10-minute walk you got in, or just your breakfast and how good it made you feel. Or they can be more complex, like you went on a hike and met up with friends for coffee or something like that. And then what are 3 things that were drains? Maybe it's the mental load of the evening chaos. Maybe it is doing your laundry for the whole family. Maybe it's like a conversation you have that's negative that happened that day. And if you do the little like 3 charges, 3 drains, I think it helps clear your mind for sleep. But also you start to notice trends with that, and you can see like, wow, these things are very frequently filling my cup, and these things are very frequently draining my energy. How can I start to adjust my maybe my choices and my day-to-day routine so that I can have more things that are charging me and fewer things that are drains. Um, so as I'm a first-time mom of a 10-month-old that still doesn't sleep through the night, wakes up at least 2 to 3 times. Do you have any ideas or strategies for getting better quality sleep for this season of life? So I think this is one of those things that like we can optimize as much as possible, but also like giving yourself grace too, and recognizing that if sleep is not optimal, then you probably aren't going to be able to handle as much stress. So, being in an aggressive calorie deficit right now, probably not a good idea. Focusing on nourishing your body and getting adequate calories throughout the day instead, getting protein, like shifting your focus, knowing I'm already under stress for my body from not getting enough sleep. I need to be very selective about what stressors I add on top of that. Competing in something like having a huge performance goal, probably not a great idea right now. You're going to be more likely to be injured, and just not able to handle the training volume. So instead, like what's a training program that can support your where you want to go in terms of maybe building muscle and feeling stronger and showing up for yourself, but not add a huge amount of stress on you when you're already sleep deprived. So maybe that's a 30-minute workout a few days a week instead of, 60 it. And then like Griffin said, it's a phase. So like remembering it's not forever and doing the things that are gonna like the other weeks that we have focused on, those habits are gonna help you feel your best when sleep is one of those things that like is going to be harder for you to optimize. So I would recommend too looking at the sleep hygiene and the checklist and seeing like, are there 3 things that you could do, that you could focus on? So I'll go through those as well. And I think you'll probably have some ideas there. Like maybe you can't get 7 to 9 hours of sleep uninterrupted in the night, but maybe you can get in and sneak in a nap when your baby is napping. And so thinking of like, how can I adjust to where I'm getting as much sleep as possible, but also giving myself grace, because now is just you have less control. And I feel like that happens again when you have teenagers. It's like everyone's up late and it's just harder to control your sleep. There's like that beautiful window between like 2 and 10, 12, I think that sleep improves. So creating a wind down routine that helps you feel relaxed, using blue light blockers. This is a huge one that's like very low hanging fruit. You can get blue light blocking glasses for $20. Turn off bright lights and devices 60 to 90 minutes before bed, and put on blue light blocking glasses. Like maybe you still want to watch a show before bed. Okay, well, put on blue light blocking glasses, dim lights throughout your house, and you're at least going to block most of that blue light that is going to blunt melatonin production. So if we're just getting, screens in our faces at 10 p.m., our body is going to think it's noon and we're not going to produce melatonin, which is going to make it harder to fall asleep. And then that's also going to impact our morning cortisol spike. So we're going to be kind of feeling wired and tired all day long. So just implementing some blue light blocking glasses, and dimming lights can go a long ways. I've been wearing blue light blocking glasses for so long now, I almost don't even notice a difference. But I also have no issues with sleep. But I have so many friends and clients that have implemented those, and they like just tell me how big of a difference it has made for them. Friends that like have had terrible sleep, just adding those has made a big difference. So you do need, though, don't just get any blue light blocking glasses. They do need to have that orange tint on them. There's a lot of, I see influencers like daily promoting blue light blocking glasses that are like maybe a 60% blue light blocking, and they're really not doing anything. So if they have a clear lens, they're not doing anything. So you definitely want them to have an orange lens. Eye Keepers is a great brand that I get a lot of my blue light blocking glasses from, and those are on Amazon too. Yes, eyekeepers.com. They also have prescription ones. So you can get prescription ones on their website. We also had someone that I've never seen this before, but like surprisingly, it was adorable on her. One of the coaches on our team would do her prescription glasses, and then she would, I think on Eye Keepers, she had like, they're almost like blue light blocking glasses they're just like, they look like construction glasses to me, and she would wear them, she would just put them on over her prescription glasses. So that's an option, but go on their website. I know that they have prescription ones, or I'm pretty sure you can put in your prescription. So yeah, I think that, yeah, let me know if anyone has follow-up questions on that though in the group. Optimize your environment, cool, dark, quiet, blackout curtains, maybe like Craig will sometimes watch Seinfeld before bed, and I am fine as long as I have my eye mask on. So put on, whoever you're sleeping with, if they have maybe not as optimal sleep habits as you, just do what you can, like earplugs, white noise machine, a fan, eye mask, whatever you need to help you feel good and go to sleep. Mind what you eat and drink, avoid caffeine after 2, skip alcohol close to bedtime. I know a lot of of people that think alcohol helps them sleep, and it does make you tired, but then your body actually gets really poor sleep when you drink. So you might have an easier time falling asleep, but you're not going to get as quality sleep. A small protein-based snack is okay if you're hungry before bed. This is a huge one that has made a big impact on my sleep quality, is getting outside around sunset. So after I clean up dinner, even just taking like a 10 to 15-minute walk. And then when I come back inside is when I put on my blue light blocking glasses. That helps your body sense that it is evening, and your body will start to produce melatonin naturally. You also can get some steps after dinner and help optimize blood sugar. So that's one I highly recommend. And if you can get your family involved and go with you for a 10-minute walk, even better. And then regular exercise, movement supports better sleep, but give your body at least a couple of hours post exercise before you're going to bed. Otherwise, that kind of makes me have a harder time going to sleep. Managing stress. This is where I talked about kind of like even just the 3 charges, 3 drains, any kind of like a brain dump journal. Sometimes I'll just write my to-do list for the next day so that it's off my mind. Getting those things that are like coming to your brain and just pinging as far as like worries or scheduling things, just writing those down so that you can let them go and let your brain calm down, taking a few deep breaths, maybe a meditation app as well. Magnesium glycinate is a supplement I highly recommend. 500 milligrams is the recommended daily allowance for that. And that is going to be a game changer if you're waking up throughout the night. It will help support your nervous system and relaxation and help with a deeper sleep. It's also really helpful for women that are cycling. I notice when I regularly take magnesium glycinate, my PMS is way less, and so are like my cramps. I just have pretty much symptomless periods. And so that is really, really helpful for all things nervous system support. And then limiting naps. I think if you can keep them shorter, like that's not going to impact your sleep, but those long naps might. For those that are postpartum, take advantage of whatever you can get. I am pretty sure when I remember when I have 3 within like a year and a half. And so when they were all napping as kids, it was like the whole house went down from 2 to 3 o'clock or 2 to 4. I'm pretty sure sometimes I got in like a 2-hour nap, and it never impacted my sleep at night because I really, really needed it. So, um, do what you can with naps. And started taking magnesium glycinate last week, and I have my period right now and did not have terrible cramps like usual. Did not make the connection until just now. Yeah, it is a game changer for women with like around your period for sure. And I have a lot of clients that would wake up in the night and have racing thoughts and just have a hard time getting back to sleep. And magnesium glycinate has helped with that significantly too. So, and then Marissa wrote this. So thank you to her for that. But also I wanted to quickly share this checklist here. So this is our sleep hygiene checklist, choosing 3 habits. I think we all have different things we struggle with in terms of sleep. So I wanted it to not be like go to bed at 10 p.m., wake up at 6, everyone's doing the same thing. Everyone has to get outside before bed. Like I wanted this to be kind of a list that you could use and choose like what feels realistic for you. Maybe you're someone that's like amazing and is at a time in your life where you can check off every single one of these boxes and you are having fantastic sleep. Maybe you're someone that's like, oh my gosh, I can do one box. Great. Let's have that be your habit for this week. But some kind of tier 1 and tier 2 habits. Tier 1 being like what we would prioritize first. Tier 2 being like some additional optional things that are going to be helpful. So getting morning sunlight within 30 minutes of waking, that's going to optimize your cortisol in the morning, which is inverse to melatonin. So really like whenever we can get outside, it's going to help our energy and our sleep and everything else. So Getting outside within 30 minutes of waking up at the same time every day, even on the weekends, avoiding screens 16 to 90 minutes before bed, or use blue light filters if needed, eating a high protein breakfast within 90 minutes of waking, cutting off caffeine by 2 p.m., establishing a consistent bedtime routine, or consistent bedtime to help your body predict sleep, creating a wind down routine, moving your body throughout the day, keeping your bedroom cool, dark, and quiet. Use your bed only for sleep. And then tier 2 would be some other ideas: taking a warm shower 69 minutes before bed, trying some breathing techniques to calm your nervous system, using an eye mask or blackout curtains, journaling before bed, wearing blue light blocking glasses after sunset. And I would say with this one, like getting out, this first one, if you're getting outside morning or night, check that off. And actually you can just check it twice if you're doing both, because that's going to be really, really foundational. And I forgot to put night on there. And then eating your last full meal 2 to 3 hours before bed, avoiding alcohol, taking magnesium glycinate or L-threonate to promote relaxation. You could also take 3 grams of glycine before bed, but I think if you're taking magnesium glycinate, I would just start with that. And then reduced weekend sleep-ins to under 1 hour. So if you are up later on the weekends, like try to keep that within an hour. You're not sleeping in like an extra 3 hours and really throwing things off. So hopefully this will give you some ideas for optimizing your circadian rhythm. And I think I actually was reading something that I think a lot of times when we're like trying to prioritize sleep, some people can feel even more anxious with that. So if that is you and you're feeling like, okay, I have to get to sleep by 10 p.m. and you're just feeling really anxious about that and having a hard time with that, like start with baby steps. Maybe you're going to bed at midnight right now, like bump it down to 11:50. And maybe too, like I was reading something in the past week too about trauma and how sometimes watching something familiar or happy before bed can be really helpful if you have past trauma. And it's kind of one of those times where like screens are okay. That's not the time to like work on those things. That would be the other hours of the day. And so I think giving yourself grace too, like maybe you do need 10 minutes of a happy show before bed to help calm your nervous system. Okay, well, then let's wear some blue light blocking glasses and at least block some of that blue light. And maybe try reading something that helps you feel happy too. Like maybe like try some options, but if that's what you have to go to, then like that's okay. Work on some of the other things on the list and check off the blue light blocking glasses. So just like the goal of this is to help improve and move that needle in the direction we want to go, and make the days easier for ourselves and give ourselves more energy and help optimize hormones and just really like make improvements. So it's not all or nothing. And I don't want anyone to feel like a failure this week, because they're sometimes sleep is out of our control. Like I had 2 kids in my room last night and I got terrible sleep. So I slept in I was luckily able to sleep in a little bit longer this morning and adjust my day. Not everyone can do that. So give yourself grace and know that putting intention and effort into this area of your health and wellness is only going to benefit you, but it shouldn't be something that causes more stress. So take this list as an opportunity to bring intention to your sleep. And if it feels like nothing on the list is doable, like reach out to us. We'd be happy to help you brainstorm. Anything else to add, coach wise?
I think the point you made about, it doesn't have to be perfect, is a big one, right? Especially as a lot of us are mothers and high achievers. It's like, okay, here's my list, gotta do it all. And a big thing I work with my clients on is like, no, actually, we don't have to do it all, and that's okay. Let's if you have an insane weekend for whatever reason, it's okay to pull back all the layers and just hit like those foundational sleep habits, whatever it is that you're focusing on. And when the opportunity rises where maybe you can tackle a little bit more, then great, take that opportunity and run with it. But man, it's life happens to us. Sometimes we can't always control it. And so we need to be able to, like Michaela said, like give ourselves grace and not being able to do it all.
Yeah, consistency is about being flexible. Like we're looking at, 6 months, like if we're getting 85% of that 6 months of like we're optimizing, that's fantastic. That doesn't need to be every single day because yes, life does happen to us a lot. We have a plan and a lot of things can get in the way of that. I don't think
Yep.
many of us are like single and self-employed where we can just like structure our whole day and no one needs us, right? So
Yeah, no.
That'd be wild.
yes. Yes. Did you want to add something, Marita, or no?
I think like it's a good thing to keep in mind that it's never about checking the boxes, it's about feeling good. And that thought process helps us show a little more grace to ourselves.
Yeah, like what's the goal here? Is it to be
Mhm.
perfect on the sleep hygiene checklist? No. It's to wake up and like feel energy throughout the day. And then if you are struggling with energy, you have some ideas on how you can improve that. So
Mhm.
I think just keep showing up and doing what you can. And that is the goal of the past, 3 weeks and moving into week 4, that those that are doing the challenge. And so keep showing up for yourself, and that will only yield benefits as long as you are also giving yourself grace in the process and knowing like this is a lifelong effort that we are embarking in and it doesn't require perfection. So thank you for joining. For those doing the challenge, we'll be talking about weekly prizes and all that in the group. So otherwise, have a fantastic week.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.